slash like public relations. Like give us like a day to day, so the audience, especially people who trying to be a PR one day, have like I guess like a mindset of the actual career.
Right. Yeah. Every day is different in the PR branding world, because whether you were a PR brander for one person or you're a publicist for 50 to 100 different people, that person or those people are going to change really quick.
Right.
Depending on the situation, whether it be a pandemic, whether it be a virus, whether it be their kids are having a bad day, it's always going to be different. So what it comes down to is that a day-to-day, like in my life, is basically wake up, do what you got to do, you coordinate with your boss. It's all about effective communication in the publicist world. You got to always understand what your boss wants, what the client needs, and then also what your boss's clients need as well. So there's a lot of different dimensions when it comes down to it. And I think what's very important in the PR and branding world is you got to stay level-headed.
Right.
You can't let your emotions get the best of you, because you will. If you let them get to you, they will get to you. Because there's a lot of times when you wake up and you hear like someone ranting to you that things didn't go their way, you can always for them, and then there you go, you lost your client, right?
Right.
You got to always stay positive and level-headed, and to do that, I'd suggest, whether it be meditating, whether it be running, just staying in shape and exercising, just to stay focused, keep your eye on the prize. But there are a lot of benefits. Yeah.
And I've noticed that. and I've noticed that, even with like people like yourself, myself, entrepreneurs, that, even my wife, she's a teacher, like you always have to, in between work, you always got to make sure that you meditate, you do some type of exercising, reading. For me, I play video games. That keep me composed, but it also help me bring out, new ideas I need for, different ventures and stuff like that. So
yeah, what do you play? What games do you play?
I play Madden 2K, a little bit of FIFA. I play Call of Duty. Right now, I just got the Switch, so I'm trying to get back into that Nintendo vibe. And then on the Xbox, I play like Gears of War and whatnot. So yeah, man, it's a lot going on.
You're well versed.
Yeah, man. So you have like any advice for up and coming, future, I guess college students who's trying to get into not just branding and PR, but any career? You have any advice for them?
Yeah. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what I would say. A lot of lazy people in college. A lot of people who just like to party and play video games.
Right.
Do all that stuff. So, you can be the person that goes to the library during the day, and if you need to, just separate yourself from your friends that like to party. You can hang out with them, of course. You gotta have fun too, but stay focused when you gotta stay focused, and then have fun when you gotta have fun. That's the advice I'd give for college students right now. Because you only do college once.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You gotta have a good time. You gotta keep your experiences aligned so you can talk about it when you start your career. But focus. Think about what you want to be after school. Find the people you want to be like. Reach out to them, and then also have fun. That's the advice I'd give.
In this generation too, like, because when you 23, so what year you was born? What 1997 or
97.
97.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I consider y'all millennials because we all was born in the 90s and stuff, and I don't know. Some people say centennials. I don't know, but the generation that's coming up, like the kids that's in high school, going to college, I always tell them that, for our generation, the millennial generation, we was the test dummies of, all right, we could use the social media and let's see how they react to it, because we pretty much social birds. That's what they consider us. So that's why I always tell them, like, it's very important to not only reach out to people locally, like in your community, but also go use your social media the right way too as well. Like, don't just post pictures, but if you're trying to be a teacher, you're trying to be in technology, you're trying to being music or whatnot, reach out to different people that's already established and see if you could have like mentors or do internships like we all have done, and also create something for yourself, So.
Yeah, I mean, even people like you, if they want to get into podcasting,
yeah,
you're the guy to talk to, right?
Yeah. Like I'm still learning, but it's certain stuff that I've learned over the years. And I'm like, I can give the ins and out to someone who's just starting the podcast, But I'm also willing to still learn to like, look at different people like the Gary V's of the world, the Charlamagne the Guys of the world, like people who I listen to on the daily. Be like, how did you go to the next level for your brand, for your podcast? Because people ask me all the time, like, what do you want to do? I said, I want this to be something like an ESPN one day, or go to satellite radio one
100%.
day.
Yeah, and you gotta believe in your mission too. It sounds like you got that going, and I've learned that from some of the most influential people that we've had on David's podcast, my boss.
Right.
Is that they all say the same thing. They're all like, I believed in what I wanted to do, and then I manifested it basically. Like I kept believing, believe, and then it happened. If one day you wake up and you're like, I can't do this anymore, then you're not gonna be able to do it. You just gotta stay on the pursuit at all times.
Right. And matter of fact, how is it like working closely with David and meeting all these big influencers and celebrities? Like, did you ever get nervous at one point, like at the beginning, or was it just like?
Yeah, for sure. I had no idea what I was doing. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. Cause I've always grown up. I wouldn't say the word idolizing, but
right.
Never idolized, but I've always looked up to people. I'm not one of the people who just like, oh, there's just a celebrity walking down the street. Like, I've always respected the hustle of celebrities, entrepreneurs, and athletes. People that I've looked up to, the Elon Musk of the world, the Marshall Falk of the world, for example. Right. And yeah, my boss is very close to Marshall Falk. Funny, I just brought that up, but I've actually had the opportunity to hop on the phone with Marshall, text Marshall a few times, and all of that good stuff. And it's been really just eye-opening to see that I get the chance to do that. But you get to realize that everyone's just a normal person. Everyone's the same at the end of the day. They just have a name, and they've done incredible things. So once that, I was very nervous when that first happened, but now it's sort of become ritual and routine. And you got to stay level-headed, as I said.
Right.
Stay focused. And then personally now, what we sort of transitioned over is that we're doing Instagram Live on David Meltzer's Instagram.
Yeah.
And we're bringing on influential people. So, like, Ja Rule's coming on tomorrow at, like, 8:15. And I'm the person to basically reach out and say, all right, let's schedule a time for you to be on the podcast, on the live Instagram. And what I've noticed is that you just got to treat everyone like they're the same person. Like, hey, you free tomorrow? Instead of being, like, thinking a lot about texting these people, you just got to go out and do it.
Right.
And that's been really, really amazing to me. Yeah. My favorite person I think that I've met and been in contact with has probably been there's been so many amazing people. I'm like trying to look through my phone right now. I think Michael Brandrup, he's not as well known yet, but he's an artist in LA, pretty well known in the local community. But he's got a love for life. This guy's amazing. If you don't know who he is, look him at Michael Mikel Brandrup. He's amazing.
Make sure you text me that once we finish with the interview. I'll check him out.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, man, because I know LA is so much talent out there, like, in not even just in music, but like just in every shape and form. Like when I went out there, I was like, once I become this successful person, like LA, I want to call like one of my second or third homes. You know what I'm saying? Because it does feel like, it feels like home over there. You meet a lot of great people like yourself. When are you coming back? When it's all over? Yeah, when it's all over. My wife, when I went, she was mad at me because she wanted to go. She's originally from New York, and then she was raised down here in Miami, so she loved that, that big city life. So I was like, when I want to go next time, I'll go. I can bring her along and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man. Hopefully next year when all this over with. Hopefully.
100%. We'll go out. We'll go out when you get here.
Exactly.
Nice.
Show me the whole towns. So, what has been, I guess, your top 5 moments so far, working at Sports One Marketing?
Wow, that's a tough question. Honestly, I really like waking up every day and going to work. Some days are harder than others.
Right.
Some days to deal with, but the actual top 5, the top 1, in my opinion, has been traveling to India and really seeing a difference being made. David is a very influential, motivational person. He really does change lives. And having a chance and opportunity to go to India for 3 days with him and seeing the way these students, there was mostly college students, so my age basically, just seeing the way that David's message relates to them, and even the messages I've been getting from them, like following up, like, I've changed this for my life. I wake up earlier now. I don't hit the snooze button. Like, the stuff that Dave teaches, ingrained in them, has been the number one thing I've done so far by far. Maybe one of the best things I've done in my whole life, to be honest with you. But other than that, as far as like the cool things, we had the opportunity 3 months ago to go on a road trip with my boss, our head of media, my boss's son, and 3 of my boss's coworkers or business executives, and we did a road trip to Detroit, Indianapolis, and what was the last one? And Detroit, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh.
Right.
Where we went to an IU football game versus Ohio State and went on the field and met all the players from Ohio State. That was incredible. Man. We went to a Lions game on the field before the game, met all the Lions. And then, what else did we do? It was, just those 2, but I've never been on the field for a game before. And it's next level. It was really, really cool.
Me being from the South, like, college football is everything. But, like, I remember one time I went to the Orange Bowl. It was Mississippi State versus Georgia Tech. A whole nother different atmosphere. Like, it's just... I tell people all the time I love sports, but specifically when it comes to football, like, like, it's just different. Like, you went to Michigan, so it's like, with me, I never attended Michigan, but I always rooted for Michigan. I don't like Ohio State. Everybody should know why. UM should have won that championship in 2002, but to see, like, the rivalries, like, see the games, is like, wow, like, I wish I could be, on the field for that.
Yeah. It's a real rivalry for sure. Who's your favorite team?
Well, of course, Miami, University of Miami, Oregon. I followed Michigan growing up, and I like Texas.
Okay, me too.
But I tell people all the time, college football, and I'm a Dolphin fan, but like college to me is more. It's more of like a tradition. It's more like it's more genuine. You get what I'm saying? Like you have, college students is out here having fun and competing for the game. So it's a lot, man.
You think there's going to be a season this year in college and NFL?
I mean, Kirk said on ESPN, he was saying that he don't think it may happen. And, well, we in April now. With spring, because, around this time they do the spring training and everything. I mean, as much as I love college football and I want, like, a miracle to happen, I think it may not happen. I wish they could, like, at least, like, I guess move everything around, which may not even be possible, but at least, like, all right, we can start football in October and end in, I guess, February. But then if you do that, it's gonna mess around with other like scheduling, like especially with the bowl season. Like the bowl season is gonna mess up a lot of schedules. The NCAA they're gonna want they're gonna want the bowls to happen. So
of course.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm 50-50 with it. I think it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it get canceled. So.
How about the NBA? You think the NBA is gonna happen?
NBA, it's the same thing. if it happens.